book out? Beg pardon? Why not? That's not very smart, is it? Okay, so we've been looking at variables, and I've compared them to containers. And I said we have a label on them, and they're of a type, and we can only put that type in. Okay. Today we're going to. What are some type of variables we've got, Sydney?
Number. Integer.
Integer, which is a whole number. What else?
Real.
Real, which is a number with. Put it away, please, mate. Which is a. Sorry. Which is a number with which can have a decimal at the end. What other types do we have?
String.
String. Yep.
Real.
We've already said that. A character. And a boolean. Okay. So today we're going to look at a special type of variable, and some of you, I know you already know this. It's called an array. If you are using array in just everyday language, you might say, oh, there's an array of people over there. There's an array of seats. There's an array of cards. All right. So an array is. Can you take your books out, guys, please? Look, I don't like a red array or come out here, but if you're not prepared to work in the class, look for another subject. Okay, guys? If it's a category A subject, it's hard to get good marks in. If you don't want to work at it, maybe not be. Okay? Come prepared to do some work. Bring your notebooks, bring your pens. Okay, so when we talk about an array, we talk about multiple objects. Come on, Jess. Good. Yep. I know, you're not paying attention, mate. Then you'll say, oh, I don't understand. I'm actually making this. Nothing else. I'd like you to be ready to go when I start teaching. Without the comebacks. So when we look at an array, we look at more than one thing, okay? So if I was going to draw a picture of it, I might draw something like this. Okay? So an array is a variable that holds more than one value. Yes, write it down. If I write it on the board, you write it down. I beg your pardon? You don't have your book either. That's week 7, mate. Listen, okay, this goes to everybody. When I say something to you, don't come back at me. Listen to what I say and take it in. Keep the comments to yourselves. Because all it does is show disrespect and slows us down with the argument. If you want to say something, it's just yes, okay. So an array is a variable that holds more than one value. Okay? But what do you notice there? Matthew? Holds more than one, but what might you notice?
They're all the same.
Good boy. They're all the same type. The values are all the same type. Okay? So if this is an integer in here, this is an integer here, here, and here, and wherever on for the array. If it's a boolean here, they're all booleans. If it's a character, they're all characters. So our array holds multiple values, but of the one type. Let's leave that top one. I can still give it a label. What's poor about X? Eli? Why wouldn't I use X? Why shouldn't I use X? Why am I being lazy?
I'm not too sure, sir.
Okay, Liam, why should I not use X? Mathematician, anyone doing maths? What does X mean to you? Okay, but in the physical world, what would X mean to you? What type of value? Do you do maths? If I said X and Y, what would that mean to you? Axis on the graph. So if we're using X, we really should be just talking about its position horizontally. X is poor because it doesn't give us any idea of what that variable does. What would be a better name?
Something that's not X, Y, or Z.
Yes, so Z is American. Z in Australia. Well, what should we have? What could we have? Can I give an example?
Numbers. Story for numbers and stuff.
We call it numbers, the variable numbers.
Inches.
Or integers are the type. So if we said numbers, then hopefully what we're putting in here are numbers. All right, we want to give it a name that tells us what it is. Numbers are still a bit vague. Is that a bit more specific? So then
Yep.
in here we might be putting 15, 17, 13, 16 ages of the people in the group. Age is a lot better name. Okay, so when you're doing your programming, try to get the most specific name you can for your variable. If you start using X, Y, Z, then A, B, C, D, you end up, what happens if you use more than 26 variables? A, B, AC, and then when you're trying to sort it out, you go, what's T? What's S? What's K? Okay, so in pseudo, what does this look like? In pseudo, we say, simply we use to say, age is an array, and then we say, how many of? There's only 4 there, so we'd say 1.4 of integers. And that's just an example. There's the name of the variable, okay? It's an array, so that's its type. It's mainly its structure. Starting point, end point, and that's the type. Now, if that was just x, I could say let x equal this, or I could say print x. I could do anything with x if I wanted to. But now I've got this whole thing called age, but I've got 4 slots in there. How am I going to deal with each one individually? Eli? Yeah, I know, you're easily distracted, mate. That's why I call on you, because your eyes are out there. How do you think we might call on these individually?
Just by referring to age.
But wouldn't that be all of them? Okay, but what if I want to just, if I say age, that's all of them. What if I want to just get this one here? Nathan?
Integer.
Toyota. Jesse?
Label them.
Yeah, okay, they would. Good boy. They are labelled individually. Lucian, I know you know, so just trust it.
Age 2. Age 2.
Okay, that's you're pretty spot on. Lucian, you want to be a bit more specific? You're right, Sydney. What will it look like here, Lucian?
Age equals array, square brackets, 0, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you might have known. You're more specific. You said age 2. So, do you think maybe like this? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
You're close. Anyone want to guess?
The number would it be like square bracket?
Yes. Simply like that. That's all we do. Okay, so here's the name. Here's the label. There. Okay. This is the element. Okay. So H2 refers to the second one. Now here's a really hard question. Really, really hard. Okay, so put your thinking caps on. If you're in year 4, I'd expect you to go like that. If this one here is H2, and I know no one's going to get this, what would this one be called?
H3.
Yay! It would be called H3. Inside the square bracket. The square bracket's really important. If that's 2 and that's 3, what's this one called?
1.
1. Okay. Now, the trick is, yes, Lucian.
Sorry, to arrays start with 1 in Pascal.
But if you let me finish my sentence, will answer your question. Now, the trick. Hello, Ellie. Hurry up. The trick is here, I said, look here, I went from 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gave you my starting point and my end point. I could have said 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Same length, but now I refer to this one as 0. I refer to this one as 3. If I wanted to, I could have said 7 to 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Doesn't matter what numbers I put in there. It's a little bit like the code of being very literal. Whatever I say here when I start off with, I've got to keep that same gap when I refer to them. Any questions about that? Let's go back to one before. So we're just in pseudo at the moment, we're not in Pascal. Right, how can I do something with those? I don't have any, it's empty at the moment. My can of these 4 holes is empty. Someone want to tell me, how can I get something in there? Colin, how can I get something in there? I put something in there. How do I make something equal to something? Just told you the answer. How do I make something equal to something? Told you the answer again. Yeah?
Equals.
What? Yeah? Okay, we're a third of the way there.
H2 equals 3.
H2 equals 3. All right. Let's start with H1. You write H. Okay, so we said we write it like this. H1 equals how old are they?
7.
7 now. H1 equals 7. That take this equal sign, remember what the equal sign does. It takes this value here and it puts it into this variable there. Okay? It doesn't say are they the same. It says make this have the same value as that. So it takes the value 7 and puts it into H1. So now we've got 7 in there. Someone tell me, Nathan, how do you reckon we'd get an age into the second one?
H2.
Yeah, good work. It would have been nice if you set the square brackets, but that's okay. H2, sorry, I jumped ahead.
Equals.
Oh, okay.
10.
N.
10.
Oh, 10. All right, so now it's 10 in here. This is pretty tricky stuff, isn't it? Is there anyone that doesn't know how we would do H3? Okay. Okay, they don't have to go in order. All right? So now I've got 15 in the third one and 9 in the fourth. Any questions so far? In pseudocode, when we say equals, we're saying take this value here and put it into there. Take this value here and put it in there. So in other words, make this now have this value. Any questions? All right, look at this. Age bracket 1 bracket equals the value. Age bracket 2 bracket equals the value. Age bracket 3 bracket equals the value. Age bracket 4 bracket equals the value. Can you hear a pattern? Okay, remember what our computers can do? They're not smarter than us, but they can work quickly, and we get them to repeat redundant things, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, if we've made these, have these values, how can we print out the values? Matthew?
Print age bracket 1 bracket.
That's it. Good boy. We're just in pseudo still, guys, remember? Print age 1. Nathan, how will we print out age 2?
Print H2. No, print H bracket 2.
Okay, cool. Now you're getting it. How would we do 3, Eli?
Print age square bracket 30.
Okay, I like how you said square too, because that's, some people call that a bracket, well that's curly braces. Some people call that a bracket, but a better name for it is parentheses. Okay. And then Lawrence? 4? Okay, cool. We're laughing. If we're going to change this to Pascal, what would we do? Liam? Sorry if I catch a bit of half asleep, do I?
Yeah.
Louis, what would we change? There's only one thing we really have to change.
What was called, was it called a comma?
Yeah? No, not a comma. Colon. Yep.
All the equals.
That's it. All we have to do and then we want to put a semicolon there so this part doesn't run into the back of that. Otherwise, if we don't have a semicolon there, it goes equals 7 AGE 2 equals 10 AG, and it gets confused. It's a bit like you're writing about full stops. So we just put a colon there to make it equal. So that's our Pascal. 7 would go into age 1. Alright, I'm just going to take those out just so we can stay in pseudo because it's nice and simple to stay in pseudo at the moment. If we're going to go Pascal and we want to print out the age numbers, how would we do that in Pascal, Sydney?
Is it right
You're asking me the questions.
Right line, right line parentheses?
Yep, so we just change that to Rightland. What does the lim do?
Line.
Brings the cursor down to the next line when it does the next one. Rightland, parentheses.
Yep. Semicolon.
Okay, exactly like that. Everyone's okay so far? Yep. You're alright earlier when you're walking late. So what an array does, it holds more than one value, but just still has the one name. Okay? Alright, they all have to be the same type. You can't have it holding booleans and strings and if the first one's an integer, they're all have to be integers. Okay? Alright. Let's do this in Pascal. Okay? Let's see if you can create an array, have as many elements as you want, and then set a value. Have it where you set the 4 values, and then have it print out the 4 values. Let's go. Okay, so normally, if you were going to declare a variable, under the bar, you would write the name of the variable and then the type. Now, we don't have a type array. However, Pascal does know what an array is. So before you write the bar line, before you write the var line, have a look up here. What you need to do is create a new type. Jess, have a look up here, mate. So we say type, and here I just call it characters allowed. You can make that called anything you like. Okay, you can call it ages if you want. The type this equals an array 1 to 10 of characters. Change that to ages, say array 1 to 4 of integer. Then when you declare your variable, just say age is of the type, so age colon ages. So you're making up the new type. We've already got the type integer, characters, boolean, string, real. Now we're going to make a new type. We're going to make a new type, and here I call it chars allowed. You make it called ages. And so it's 1 to 4 of integers.
Thursday, Friday.
You don't have to do it like this in a lot of other languages. Pascal's is a little bit fiddly. Okay, I've written it on the board for you. So type ages equals array bracket 1 dot dot 4 close bracket of integer semicolon. Next line, var age colon ages. Because it's saying, okay, now my variable's called age is delta type ages of what I just declared above that. I make a new type, and then I have a variable of that new type. Age is around the integer, age equals age. Beautiful. Alright, so now you're going to just do age 1 equals this, age 2 equals this, age 3 equals this, age 4 equals this. Then right left, age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4. You have it already? Oh, okay, the way you see it. You right, Jess?
Type ages equals array 1 to 4 of integer, variable age of age is beautiful. Okay. Right. So now you're just making your. So now you just go age square bracket 1.
So,
Yeah.
when's my first day?
Oh, got nothing to do with software design.
Next Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
No.
I thought you asked me. I deliberately didn't tell him so he stayed focused. You need to type Liam, instead of answering the diversity day questions. In front of var, type. Type ages equals array. The first bit looks good. Var age is good. Right. Age 1 equals 7. Good. Now, right. You're going.
I was just going to quickly test it.
Yeah, that's okay. Put a red one at the end, so it doesn't close off.
After the end of it.
No, before the end, because after the end, we make it after the program. Sydney's going to test his first one out, so he's typing it 4 times and then going, oh, it doesn't work. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what values you make them. You don't have to copy my values, 7, 10, 15, 9. They're just random numbers. Type age equals variable. Age is great. Good. Right then, hello. Well, hello, right. Yes. That's not dot there. You're going to type an A. So you're the closest person to this.
So we're looking at that one.
Well, the paper says now exactly 25 names of the area. What was your question? Yes, two full stops. In the
duplicates the sequence. Did you test it? Did it work? Do you work?
So can I ask you about our assignment real quick?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
With the first part, with the input output process, do you just want us to put an empty box to say whether or not it is one of those, or do you want us to put in
No. Well, you can do it like that. What I wanted you to do was, in the input column, put the input devices. In the output column, put the output devices. But if you want to write all the things down the bottom, and you've got the columns across the top, and you put an X like that, and you want to have some more than one, that's okay. Yeah. I imagine that you just would have the 4 headings across the top, and then just write the things in underneath. So if you want to do it the other way, have across it. But Mr. Brunner, who you guys had last week, he told you to do it a different way, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hope no one listened to him. Did anybody change their assessment task according to the way Mr. Brunner said last week?
No.
You did.
I made another one.
All right, don't do it the way he told you to do it. Okay? Mr. Brunner, the guy you had last Thursday, do not do it the way he told you to do it.
Do what? The last one.
The assessment task. He told you to do the table a different way. Eli, did you hear what I just said, mate? Mr. Brunner told you guys to do your table a different way. Don't do it the way he told you.
I knew he was just talking.
You knew he was just talking? Yeah. Was there a word left off? It's shame.
What was wrong with this shit?
No, it's not what I've asked you to do. It's gone too complicated. All you do is, the way you guys are doing it is perfect. You have a table with 4 headings. The 4 headings are going to input, output, processing, storage, and then just under each heading, write the things that are in that heading. So under the input one, you write monitor, speakers. What? Someone picked up? Don't write monitor under input.
So like I didn't change.
You right, Nathan? Has anybody got it to work? Is yours working, Lucy?
Yes, mine's working.
Colon equals.
Illegal character.
That against colon equals in Pascal.
No way.
Not equals. Yours works? Yours works?
I do like 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, 1.4. Stop making that silly noise. Okay, I'll just split you 2 up every single day. Yes? In square brackets, like.
Oh, there.
Nathan, come on.
What's up? Is that right?
Ellie, yours work?
No, just try to figure it out first.
Okay. No.
It's all right.
You want to write them to get output, because you haven't made it easy yet. You've got A right there. But you haven't assigned them a value yet, so you're trying to print to the screen.
Is that all supposed to happen?
Yes, at this stage. I'm just trying to get people on this. Good work, Sydney. Okay, Sydney's is working. He's waiting for the rest of you so I can show you the next step. Nate? Yeah, last time, mate, okay? How you going, Matthew?
I think it doesn't.
Okay, let me have a look. We've got age twice, but it looks like using age in 2 minutes box. Type ages is the range.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, you called it, yeah. Just call it. Yeah. Is yours working now, Lisa?
I've duplicated it somewhere.
What's your program called?
Array exercise.
Okay, change it. Oh, yeah, that's one word, array exercise, okay. You've made, in your variable statement, you're actually working with them. You're actually assigning them.
Right.
The variable should just say Change your variable has to be of the type age. You make it type, type, and then you make a variable of that type.
So both here and here I've made a variable of the type that I just made. Louis, yours working now? Nathan, yours working? Come on, you should be. Never read it at the EGS and then at the end. You have it in the end with your words. You don't even have it in the end, mate. Begin and then an end down the bottom, a full stop. Okay, put a reason in front of that and stop. Up the very top line, we've got blanks in your trade. We've got first blank try, blank at, blank range. Nothing is right, nothing is right.
I doing space between age and
try.
See, look. See?
And not array, mate, because arrays are reserved for it. That's what I said, try.
I know. Every time you do this, it's cracked though. See? It's brilliant. You need to put a space between the age and the one.
Copy a space.
Just got that bound.
Press shift and then the right arrow.
Just 1.4, not 1, 2, 3, 4, the array part. I don't know where you're
Well, I have one, but I don't know if you need. Why delete?
Matthew, Liam, put your phone away, please, mate. Matthew, yours working?
Yep.
Okay, quickly look up here now, guys, so I can stop talking. You'll like that. Remember I said this? Look up here, simply, please, Liam. Age, square bracket, 1, square bracket equals value. Age, square bracket, 2, square bracket equals value. Age, it's boring, isn't it? Now, imagine if I had 100. Am I going to write 100 of those? Imagine me reading those out. Age, square bracket, age, square bracket, age, square bracket, blah, blah. Okay, now, one way you can get to fill that up, instead of having it in the code, is you can actually ask the user to input. Okay? So I'd like you to do that next. See if you can get the user to input into there. And now the next thing I want to do is think of a way you can do it without having to have these lines written individually. See if you can make it loop through on its own. So, yes, Ella. Program hello, type hello. For variable ages equals ages. That looks fine. Begin age equals 10. They semicolon. Age equals 18. No semicolon. No semicolon. Semicolon. You know each one. There we go. That's what I'd say. We haven't declared any A up there. Get rid of the A, just have an empty bracket. That should be right there. That's all right. A1, rusty. When were you polished? This one. You're going to now to right the one before. You're going to say right than age 1, right than age 2, right than age 3. Hey, I'll tell you what you've done. That's all right. I'll tell you what you've done. You've got the literals.
put the literal mark there, the speech mark. So when you put anything inside the speech mark, that's exactly what it prints. All you've got to do is take those speech marks out. It's just like English. When you have something in the speech marks, this is what I'm saying. This is my output. Okay? So just think of that. That's what I'm saying. But I've got a bigger one at home if you want to borrow that. That's as big as my first TV.
You know how we had a subject there?
Yeah.
Runner?
Yeah.
I was asking you
Apparently he was
about,
good looking, young and good looking.
yeah, and I was also asking you about how I can fix my computer, and what he said I did, it was,
Good stuff. He's got a PhD in robotics.
yeah, he made us look his Sydney Uni name up or something.
Did he? Got it? Well, you had to Google him.
Yeah.
Semicolons at each one of those, Liam.
Oh, at the end.
You're struggling, Liam, aren't you? Okay, why do you have spacing between age and the bracket now?
Oh, it's not meant.
Well, I'm just asking you why you do.
Oh, it's right at.
We'll see age is a separate thing, won't it? Get back. Okay, you've said variable age is of the type age. You don't have to know the type age, you know the type ages. You've said that variable age is of the type age, but you haven't got a type age. Your type is called ages. Not that there, not that there. No, now you've got age. Don't change that one. This here has to match that there. Put an S on the end. As you're saying, this variable is of the type here of what I just made.
We need square brackets.
You need square brackets for the number, and you need side to one more inside.
It's saying that 1 and 9 is not the same.
Okay, that's 1 character 9.
Oh, don't ask for the right.
Can't use reserve words.
I still have it on.
Okay, have you done the next bit that I've asked? Two things. Remember, you've got to try to get the user to be able to put in their numbers. So you just change those to Reedlands, that's all. So instead of you saying age 1 equals 7, you say Reedland. You take that input, you make the age 1 equal the input of the Reedland. Or you could even say Reedland bracket age 1. You want them to be lazy. A little prompt would be nice. Please enter the first number. Ah, yes. Matthew's got put in ages. Oh, Matthew's done it. Reedland age 1. Does yours work?
Yeah.
All right, Matthew's already done it.
I've done it, sir.
You've asked for the user. Good boy. All right, we've got Matthew and Sydney racing ahead. They've both got their user putting in their values. Now you see if you can loop it. Now see if you can loop it, Sydney. Come on, Sydney, you can be first here, mate. Streaking away.
I'm not very good.
Yeah, no, you're doing very good.
But not at loops.
No, well, just think about it. Sydney, I'll give you another clue, mate.
Yeah.
Look at this. The only thing that's changing from this line to each line, what's changing?
The age, the number of age.
This?
Yeah.
And this. This is going up by 1. Gee, have we done any loops where we go up by 1? Matthew just clicked. And this, we're just asking for the reader to put that in, for the user. So you don't have to do anything about that. This is just going up by 1. We've done loops where we go up by 1.
Oh, is it age equals age plus 1?
What controls the looping? How do we loop? There's 3 ways we loop. A while? What's another one? Come on, you know. What am I doing? Right?
Right, so repeat. Not 3, not 5.
Yes. Oh yeah.
4. For I equals 1, 2. 1 to 4. You can use a while loop, or you can use a repeat, or you can use any one of those loops. A for loop might be the easiest.
Okay.
Sit here.
Yeah.
1 to 4.
Yeah.
So I equals 1 to 4.
Okay. Now.
Yeah. Got it? Which one you got? Alright, sweet. You got loop. You got one. You got a loop. Here are 4 people here. There are 4 people here. You're clearly going to love. Go to.
The pieces.
Last tomorrow. Please give me the number 1. If I had 100 of these, I don't want 100 lines of code to be too long. If I had 1,000 I had to enter, I don't want that line 1,000 times. The code would be far too long. I had 10 million. Imagine how long the code would be. I want it to move, so we just get going Yes. You finished, Ellie? Ellie!
Don't understand it.
Okay, well maybe you draw on your arm a bit more or click your pen. Might help you. I'm not too sure why you've got a number. You're trying to do it on Come on, Dave. Nathan, try to do your own work.
Going to help me back. Is there a question about No, try and read it. It's like, read it in the next, answer is yes. Yes, sir.
What's up, Liam?
Being laughing at my toe.
And your toe?
My toe.
Can't work out which one you want to get from me.
Sure. I would not mind. Again.
Stop highlighting it. 3 times you just did that.
I like it though.
Well, you're asking me for my help. I can't read it when you keep doing it. Have you done the end at the end? What's your problem? Okay, how about? Alright, you've got to have a space between program and change the word relate to something a bit nice. I'll come to you something else.
Sorry, I was finished.
I'm not sure where I was reading.
Right, instead of this part here,
Yeah.
the hard code for it.
Yeah.
Do a read of those things. What's the
Then we get right.
No, I want you to move them. So the whistle and the what's your question?
If we did have a couple of things, that's not compiled.
No, it's just
Oh,
so yours right?
Yeah, mine's three.
Okay, you got your loop going then? Right. Okay.
Read the number when you age 1 equals, or you just have read the bracket age 1 and then the bracket will go in age 1. Okay, so he's on my right. Oh, okay, we'll quickly go start again.
Save as you go. Come on, now you're looping.
I have it.
Very fast? Wait, what's a forward? No. What if you had 100? If you had 100 elements, what, you're going to have 100 lines of code? Yes. No. What about you've done some coding? Okay, think of a way that you can loop through so you don't have to have the same line written so many times.
Oh, right, okay. Now I know what you mean. I misunderstood.
Did you just put in a full loop?
It's like, okay. Whatever.
Let's count to 3 and then forget all this stuff. Wouldn't the for loop be redundant then?
What do you mean?
Because it doesn't display any number.
So you got age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4.
Oh wait, you're doing it 3 times. Okay, I see.
That's what I'm asking you to
But
loop.
your numbers don't change.
Have you got your quotes right now?
Because,
I'm just being
okay.
Guys, what I want you to do with the looping is write a loop so that you don't have to write a line for each element. Because if your array is 100 elements long or 1,000 elements long, you don't want 1,000 lines of code saying, now print age 57, now print age 58. You want the computer to work that out for you using a loop.
Good boy. That's Matthew beat you, Sydney. You have, you were there.
Sydney, look at this. First time it comes through, what's I equal to? First time it goes through. Next time it goes through, what's it equal to? All that's changing here is this number. You actually use I. Spot on, AI. Good work, Matthew. Matthew got it. We use the for loop, we use I, and they just put I equals, yes. How to get the person that uses it. Okay, so see we've got age 1 equals 1. Okay. Before that, use a readline. Okay. So now, either you can have inside the bracket, you can have the new variable that you want, and then make, you can come up with another variable. Yeah, numbers fine. Now they change age 1 to equal to whatever they type in as number, we go into the number, then go to so then you've got to go up the top and declare a variable. Sorry, mate?
I remember last year you had, like, for example, like doing records to
It's actually pretty true, like they make way too much money for it.
Run rented 17 to 17.
Now number one, we get that, well, it's
And
2, 3, 4,
his dad
just
said,
like what
his
the
mum
high
said his dad's company.
Makes sense?
And he said that
You haven't written
wants to work with construction
age 2
companies,
with
obviously
you've got age 2
like
with 2,
person, and
age
then
3
what
with 3.
about
So I'll still get those values. So what you'll have to do is ask them to enter another number of seconds. Ask them to enter another number.
I know, I was like, what the fuck, I don't know how to do that.
You got it now. That is type 4. You gotta stop talking to Ellie all the time. Yes, sir.
Okay, there's something wrong here. In one of these in the 13 characters.
Yeah, because age is a variable of ages. Age is an array. Now it calls only asking for 31 value.
But I wrote 8-1 and then it said 8-1 is not so I'm not too sure what it is.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, in a square bracket.
Well, that's what we said at the beginning of the lesson. We always used to type. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
But then so I wrote in my age and then it just wrote.
Sure.
So I wrote in the number and then it went the rest of it. So I have to do like a certain amount of numbers.
Hey, button up. Back. That is my ball. That's my favorite.
So I could type 100 in, but age 1 I left the and then the very next line will say age 1. Take that line out, age 1.
So get out.
Take the whole line out, yeah? The other one. See what See? You get it, Louis?
Almost right now.
Okay, so did you get the user to put their values in?
Have you?
What party you up to?
See, I've done part 1, and then I've done the final part. How do you do the final part? Is that like an essay or? Like the easiest part. Oh no, the first part. The first is the easiest. Make a table and describe what the part does. And hard. The hardest bit would be coding. Writing 3 different things. Is the third one used to describe what the function of the show? Something like that. What part of the computer it uses? I'll check. I think I've got this.
Yeah, they like it. And I was like, what do you mean? But
Do you have it?
No. I think I've had a lot
Yeah, I got it.
anyway. That's a photo of it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sorry. Did you do that?
I'm pretty sure you have that. Good. This. Age. Square bracket 1. Close the square bracket. Put all of that inside the parentheses. Nathan, don't show me your work before you leave, right? Previous.
Yeah.
No, but like,
And the next one will be really good. Age 2.
It looks like touching.
Show me what the city goes.
I'm gonna go this one because I'm not. It was really smooth. I would like these. Yeah. Actually, no, I probably had half of that. And then I was like, when she was little, and I was like,
You still don't get it.
yeah.
these lines are code because you've got to have them up. Look, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't write it like that. Write it as a loop. What?
In earlier Alex can just let me figure your diary. So,
What? How'd you go?
I remember.
I'm doing it slowly.
What? I'm doing it slowly.
Very slowly.
What are you going down to?
Because I thought if the Marin numbers that you put is higher than 1, then you'll from
But when you just go 0 to 3 or 1 to 4? Well, I was 1 to 4. Well, you're doing the 4 also.
Done again?
You'll have to lose marks on your assessment task because you're giving yourself more time than everybody else.
No, I wasn't actually even doing it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
What
Yeah,
is
you
the
don't
first
do
one?
like nothing.
I want you to write a loop so that you're going to have to write all of these 3-4 times. Have you got the user to put that in? That's still the very first line of it, isn't it?
Is that the right way to set up the loop?
If it can you ask the user to enter those? Because see, the user can't change any value. You're saying that these have to be 5, 10, 15 times. That's pointless to the user.
So you have to do
Read
reason.
Yep. Or you could have a loop. You don't have to do reason once. What else?
Okay, another right way to start off a
Yep.
loop.
No. We did all those loop exercises. Little I, 1 to 4.
So
Not dot, 2.
would you be able to do while
Yes.
and then reason is age between 4?
Just
Do this.
use I. You say while, I, bracket I, and then just increment I. For these, so this is all in for I is 1 to 4. So we this one.
I think I was doing it
We did over a couple of days. You didn't get the handout. I gave you lots of exercises to do before this.
I'll
Okay.
take a look at that.
All right. Well, for loops is very. You need to know this. Okay. You're going to see this. For loop, we use a variable here. Okay. Yeah. We quite often use ice. Industry standards are ice. We go from first value to last value. From I to 1 to 4. Then it does whatever it wants to do until we get to the next I. So if I just had here, this is pseudo, okay? Print I, makes I equal 1, we'll print 1. Next I, so it comes up and goes to the next I in the sequence, which would be 2. Prints 2. Next I, comes up here, goes to the next I in the sequence, prints 3. Comes down here, goes to the next I in the sequence, which is 4. Prints 4. Gets to here, I think the last one came in. So it's just a real simple way of just having this variable increment and then so on. If I want to go from 1 to 10, just change that to a 10.
Wait, your assumption was changed. I was going through 11 last folder.
So Ellie, with this, the I is changing each time. If you look at here, these lines are exactly the same as this one here. So if I substitute I in there for that number, age 1.
You still have to put it in the square bracket.
Yeah, A squared bracket I, the first time it calls that, I would equal 1. Next time it calls it, I would equal 2. Next time it calls it, I would equal 3. Next time it calls it, I would equal 4.
And you do that, you do the full before or after you do the full.
Then they change it up. They change up. Still, I think they change up.
Don't whistle for these.
We could come out and see what.
This is Pascal.
It's just that he done it before you take, which means he gets an extra study period than everyone else. And he has to study like
I is equal 1, Reland, age is I.
3 minutes.
So actually, I want whatever they type in, it goes to age 1. Comes down here, I becomes 2. Because in Pascal, we don't write the next I. Pascal, we just write about that. 2 begins. So it comes comes down I over equal 2, whatever they type in, is going to H2. Goes back up, I over equal 3, whatever they type in, I equal 3. Up, whatever they type in, goes into H3. Comes back up, I becomes 4, whatever they type in, goes into H. Okay, so you've now got your full value into your array. And then you can do the same thing, say, for I is 1 to 4, Brightland AI. That's it, that's all you've got to do. Easy peasy. I've given you the answer on the board. If you've got time to do it, there's only 5 minutes to go. I've given you the answer on the board if you want to copy off, but you've only got 5 minutes to go. That's how you get your 4 values in. That's in Pascal. Just by using a for loop. Sorry, I'm boring you. I would have been in big trouble if I ignored at my teacher. Then again, I would have said, that's how you get your 4 values in. You might put a little question here. You might say, Brightland, please enter a number, please enter an age. And you would have another for loop with you, and you would just change those Brightlands to Brightlands. You've already got that, like Matthew has, you can leave.
You made a semicolon after the 4.
No. After the 4 here, after the 4 in the line.
So after you put it in the top line.
No, because then it'll think, stop listening, please.
And you have to do identify I in the variable.
Yes, you've got to say I as an integer. Bar I as an integer. I'm going to break that 10.